I think so. I think so.
Hey, everybody.
There's Megan right over there.
Yeah, I'm not coming on camera, but I'm here.
They hear you. They hear
Hi.
you. Hi, y'all. Wow. Okay, nap time. Okay.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm telling you, friends, it's been a week, and I was busy this morning doing my church work, and it's time for a nap this afternoon. But who's got time for that? We gotta hang out with our friends here on a Sunday and tell y'all what's going on this week's programming, and we've also got
we have an album launch.
Yeah, a music club this afternoon, right?
Indeed.
That's gonna be, what time is that? 3?
It's at 3 p.m. Eastern.
It's at 3. One of our
Eastern.
Yeah. Let's start with that, friends. What's going on? I should say hi to everybody. That's what I should start with.
Yeah.
Lefe is here. James is here. There's Pam. There's Steven. There's John and Margaret. Awesome. Good to see y'all. There's Matt and Meg is over here.
James
And
Xbox Gaming. Hello.
there's Bill. What's up, Bill?
Alistair. Hello.
Yay! All right. Ross saw Kansas in concert last night.
Oh,
sounds
fun.
like
That would be
wonderful,
awesome.
wonderful. I'm holding off for Oklahoma or Nebraska, but Kansas is fine.
That's funny.
Little regional humor, everybody.
Johnny
Let's
B
see.
says, "What ho from jolly old UK." Hello.
Greetings. The potted rodent is here. There's Amaray, and there's Jeffrey, and there's Isaiah. Wonderful.
David Cohen finally made it for the chat. Yay!
Yeah, Isaiah.
Awesome.
Yeah, Isaiah is a good friend. He says, since today is the third Sunday of the month, I thought I'd already missed this. Yeah, normally on the third Sunday of the month, we have different programming at the church where I am employed, and we have a service in the afternoon. We don't have that today because they kind of combined everything. It's Pentecost today. That's why I still have my red on. And it was also confirmation for our congregation today. And they just combined everything together and had a big brunch and a big thing. It was fun. It was good. It was fun to play this morning. And it's good to be with y'all here at our normal time of 1 o'clock Eastern to hang out for a little bit and to let y'all know what we've got going on this week. We think we have made some decisions, and we'll tell you. What do you have for me, Meg?
Before you dive in, I wanted just to say Amy Oak. Hopefully, I'm saying that correctly.
Amy Oak
set a reminder for the video today, for your live stream today, to ask if I'm feeling better.
Aww.
I am feeling much better. It's good to be home, and I am on a good treatment plan moving forward. So, yeah.
Before long, it'd be great to share the stage with you again whenever you feel like you want to.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
not quite
soon.
there yet. Soon,
nope,
yeah,
nope, not there
but
yet.
she's close by. She's, you know why? I told her. She asked me a few minutes ago, "Would you like me to be in the room with you?" And I said, "Yes, please." She said, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I need you to keep me in line for good, for Christ's sake." There's Arrow. What's up, Arrow? There's Kelly. Hi there, friends. Okay, we had a fun week this past week, everybody. I want to go through that a little bit. Oh, Ramiro is from Venezuela checking in. What's up, Ramiro?
Oh, cool.
Rock and roll. Good to see you. Awesome. So we started out this past week with the Doug on Demand. That was fun, and we had a lot of great songs from our Council of Doug's members and from our Doug's Angels. That was fun last Sunday. We then started off the week. Andrew is here and Ray is here. We can start now.
Awesome.
We can start now.
Good.
Hi, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Last week, we started off by finishing side 2 of Van Halen's debut album. And I was really taken by that because I don't think I'd ever heard most of that. And it was a really grooving side of an album.
Oh, it was so fun.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was really, really great. Amioak says you said their name correctly. How about that?
Oh, because I said Amy Oak.
Amy Oak.
That's what I think that's how I said it before.
Shucks.
So hopefully that was correct.
Whatever. we'll say it multiple ways, and one of them will be right. Hi, Dustin. Good to see you. Oh, there's Soggy. Sorry, Soggy. You're not chopped liver. You're full on liver, man. You're full on liver. No worries. 100% liver. Yeah. So we started with Van Halen. We did last week. We did a behind the score for our Patreon community that was a lot of fun. We looked at Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Bleeding by Elton John, and I had a big old score for that, and I really enjoyed coming back to some rock and roll for behind the score.
I gotta watch that.
You'll groove with me on that one.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
It was fun. We then did a couple of sort of reaching out beyond our normal programming. This past week, we did a song called Jaya Jale by the Berkeley Indian Ensemble. It's a cover of a composition by A.R. Rahman, who is a composer from India. And the song was originally for a movie that got arranged, and it was some unbelievable, like jazz fusion with an Indian sort of feel to it and sound to it. It was really, really great. And if y'all haven't had a chance to see that one, if you like jazz fusion, you're going to love that one, y'all. It was really, really good. We then listened to a tune from an anime. I had delayed this one for a couple of weeks because of all the stuff going on with Meg, and we've just been really busy. But I snuck it in this week, and I was happy to do so. It's the song Special Z, and it's by a band from Japan named King Gnu, and it's included in this Jujutsu Kaisen anime. And I thought that was really fun, kind of a dance track, but I grooved to it, and that was fun. And then we finished up the week with some Southern rock, y'all. It was Leonard Skinner and Simple Man, and we also did the cover of that by Shinedown, which is an American rock band. And the funny thing that I noticed from that is that Skinner famously is from Jacksonville, Florida, and Brent, the lead singer of Shinedown, once he got this developmental deal to start his path and do this, he moved to Jacksonville. So why not put in a cover from Skinner, especially if you can sing like that? Holy crap! Really, really fantastic stuff that we listened to. So yeah, it was Van Halen, Elton John, some Indian music, some jazz fusion, a Japanese band with some anime, and a couple of Southern rock bands doing Simple Man.
I love this past week. It was great.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, Glenn.
Really question there
the vocalist was phenomenal. I was impressed as well, for sure. What am I missing, Meg?
Amy Oak's question.
Do you think that I'll do a second album? I've played it for my students for months during independent reading time. Yay!
That's wonderful.
I've had to switch it to some Pink Floyd epics lately, so it doesn't get old. Thank you. I plan on doing another one this summer, maybe 2. I'd like to do another one like that.
We're talking about your piano meditations.
My piano meditations album. Yeah, about this time last year, I took a couple of weeks and I played just off the top of my head most evenings, and we picked some of our favorite little improvisations and we put it on that album, and it was a lot of fun, and people have really taken to it, and I'm happy about that. I want to do another one. I also want to do one, I think, for the holiday season at the end of the year. We'll do a Christmas one too. I love playing hymns.
Not specifically Christmas, but like holiday themed. Or
I think that
we'll see.
I love those tunes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're beloved because they're great.
Yeah.
You know? And Jimmy is reading my mind here. I also have a composition that I would love to get some time to work more on.
Yeah.
I haven't worked much at all.
It's hard to find the time.
Well, this year especially, when you're not feeling well, and you're dealing with people who aren't feeling well. For both Megan and myself, all of 2024, from January up until like the end of April, really, the first 4 months of the year have been survival mode for us, because my back and my sciatica is better now. My symptoms have subsided with some treatment, and that's lovely, right? I can walk a little bit more and I can do more for Megan, right? And then during that same time, she was dealing with all of these crazy different, seemingly unrelated symptoms.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out what kind of doctor to go to and what to tell them, to try to help. And then we finally were able to, they all came to a head, and now you're starting to feel better. So that's good. That's good. That's good. So it's been a weird time. I'm hoping to get back to doing some writing of my own, and that was quite a bit.
Yeah, we want to find an equilibrium now. I think that now is the time where we can do that.
Okay.
What's up?
Ethan, this is quick question. I was watching your first Iron Maiden reaction, in which you said that I probably wouldn't go see them. Has that changed?
Oh.
Yeah, I think it has.
Yeah, that's changed.
Yeah, I'd love to go see them.
Yeah.
I've spent so much time with their music now, and I'm realizing that their touring is probably going to end relatively soon. So
we've both really grown an appreciation for the band over these last years.
Yeah,
so.
I'd love to just go and just watch.
Yeah, it'd be great.
And listen, but really just take in all of it.
Yeah.
And enjoy it. It's sad that the tickets are so damn expensive.
Yeah.
Y'all, but we're working on it. I'd love to go see them.
Yeah.
The other question, who was it?
Thank you, Matt.
Emmy Oak says, I'm working on my master's capstone right now. Any advice? Wow. Any advice? One of the things that stuck with me that was always interesting in terms of writing in an academic setting. You start off in high school, and for me, I love English. I love vocabulary. Language is a love of mine. So I loved writing, and I would write long things. I tend to think in complete sentences, or paragraphs. Y'all have heard me talk before, right? The thing that I learned as I got farther up the chain in academia was to not put in all of the flowery exposition in your words. The higher up I got, the less time that my peers had really to read and devote time to what I was talking about until they could like think about it on their own. So I was encouraged to cut down my writing, the length of it, right? I remember I was putting together my dissertation, and my dissertation, most of it is just the major work that I wrote. It's a requiem mass, is what I wrote, a 9-movement, 40-minute requiem mass for orchestra or organ and choir and some soloists and the whole nine. And that's in there, and that's the bulk of it. And they wanted some writing to go with it to describe it. And I first started off with a draft of like 40 pages. We ended up cutting it more than in half by the time we got to the end of it. We just didn't need all of that stuff in it. So just right to the point. Don't use a whole bunch of prepositional phrases if you don't need them, and just tell them what they need to know. And assume the mantle of a person that has authority on the subject that you're talking about. If you're at your master's, then you know enough, right? You know what you're talking about. Champion that bit of authority and do what you need to. Megan's raising her hand.
I feel kind of like a dummy because I didn't know what a capstone project is. So
It's a hat. You put your hat on. It's your capstone. You only get the cap when you pass your capstone.
I had to look it up, and it sounds like both exciting and intimidating because rather than it just being like an exam or just a plain writing thing, it requires you to apply the knowledge and experience that you have in a similar way to how you would in your career by integrating basic research. I'm reading from a website right now. By integrating basic research skills and practical experience, you can also end up showcasing a competitive portfolio to future employers.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. And then at the end of it, you can go.
I didn't even. I wasn't. I've heard of capstone project, but didn't really know.
You're past the point of maybe, at least in my own experience, hiding the fact that I may not know enough about a subject, but because my writing is good enough that I can get around that, and they think that I know what I'm talking about because my writing style is good. By the time you get to your master's and doctoral level, just go right to the nitty gritty of it, and that's what will be helpful. I think that was fun. That's true, Glenn. It's hard to know what's relevant and helps your cause in the paper overall. Yeah, it just comes with practice. Just do it, and you'll learn by the process of doing it. Yeah.
And really communicating with whoever your mentor is, because they can help inform you in that regard. Don't be afraid to ask questions. That's my big advice.
There you go.
Is ask questions. I was always afraid of asking questions when I was in my even my graduate school days, and I missed a lot of opportunities because of that. So that's my advice: is talk to your professors and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Don't sweat it. Just do your thing. It's gonna be great. Let's see, Christina, thank you for being here. Yay. She says, I love the content. Subscribed a while ago after stumbling onto my Disturbed Sound of Silence video. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Fun. Well, let's talk about this week, shall we?
Talk about today in Peter's.
Oh, well, that's true. First of all, coming up, our good friend Peter, who is one of our patrons, has been a longtime patron and supporter of the channel. He is releasing an album, a brand new album of original works with his band, and we're having a release party at 3:00 here on our Discord. So everybody who is a patron, jump over on the Discord and join us and listen to some of Peter's music here at 3:00. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I've heard some of Peter's work before. I've worked with him some on some composition study not too long ago, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to come up with. So that's today at 3, friends, for our next music club event. What do you got?
I know you haven't had a chance yet to listen to it, Doug, but we did purchase Peter's album already from his Bandcamp page, and I've listened to like seven. I've only had an opportunity to listen to like the first 3 or 4, I think the first 3 tracks on it, but it's wonderful. Yay. It is wonderful. So anybody who is a member of our Patreon and you're connected over to our Daily Doug Discord, hope you can make it today at 3 p.m. Eastern for that, because it's a really wonderful album, and I know you're gonna really enjoy it.
I love our music club.
Oh,
I love our music club.
Awesome.
Hey, look at that. Thank you. What is your name?
Oh.
BC Eagle, Deb. All right.
Nice. Thank you.
Okay, hang on a second. Deb is saying, new subscriber here. I'd love for you to review Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Loving the Pink Floyd. Well, one of my very early extended play lounge listens was to the entire Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. It's available on my Patreon. It's been there for a couple of years, but it still holds up. And I did the entire double album in one sitting. And it's an amazing album. I should probably get to it again.
Yeah, you can find that, like Doug said, on his Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/Doug Helvering, if you subscribe at the $5 per month tier
and up, you
and
get it.
or up,
Yep.
or a higher tier, you can get access to that. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm just looking at what Christina said. I've been studying culinary for 17 years.
Oh, cool.
As is, and I'm just one step closer to my degree, though I do hope
Good
you
for
got the
you.
video I sent you for a future reaction. I'll double check to make sure.
That's awesome, Christina. Good for you.
Excellent.
That's exciting.
So let me talk about what's going on this week. We've been talking for 20 minutes and we haven't even gotten to it yet.
Oops.
Let me say something about this, because the first one that we're going to do is one that y'all all know, and it's actually one that I think I've heard before. We had a music club party yesterday. We were first listening to a bunch of our current fan favorites submissions that are in the running for this month's fan favorites, which is a metal fan favorites. We've not done one of these yet, metal songs, and I'm curious to see what y'all come up with. But that's ongoing. The other thing that we did was we watched a live concert DVD of some Dio era Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
I believe it was
Heaven and Hell, right?
Yeah, well, that's one of the albums.
That's one of the albums.
So it was Heaven and Hell Tour, maybe.
Yes, right.
Right? And we were having a good old time watching Dio and the boys playing their stuff. And at one point, Meg turns to me and says, "Wait a minute. We were talking about Black Sabbath." And you're like, have you ever done Iron Man on the channel? And I'm like, did Black Sabbath have a song from the movie? And that's exactly what she did. She laughed at me because I don't know my songs from my titles. So apparently,
you definitely know this song,
I know the Iron. I actually went and spot checked it, and of course, it didn't take but 5 seconds for me to remember. Yeah. Okay, I know that riff. I know that riff. But we've not included that one on the channel, and so tomorrow, friends, we're going to take some time and we're going to pay homage to one of the classic heavy metal tracks of all time, and we're going to do some Iron Man from Black Sabbath, and I'm going to try not to sing along. I'll break down the riff, and we'll enjoy it. It's going to be wonderful. The trick is, do I pick a live version or do I pick the studio version? That's the one Andrew is talking about that as well. So yeah, sometimes or most of the time we're doing these songs and they're brand new to me. But sometimes, in this case, it's one of those things where I didn't know the song name. I didn't know the name of the tune, but I knew the riff. And that happens sometimes as well. So we're going to start with that this week with some Black Sabbath, and I'm hoping that doesn't get blocked because Sabbath tends to block, but we're going to do it anyway. I got to show y'all this. On Tuesday, we have a current banger of a poll going for our next extended play lounge. Listen, I decided that because we're focusing on metal music in our fan favorites this month, that I would take 5 of our biggest prog rock bands and some of their albums that are still on my list to get to, and just put them all up against each other and see who wins. And give the proggers a chance to really kind of fight it out and see which big prog album I'm also going to listen to this month. Well, that's coming up this week. We've got ELP, Rush, Yes, Genesis, and Jethro Tull all in the same poll. It's ELP's first album, which I've heard most of. Yeah, I think I've heard at least the second half. I've heard more of that than I think any of the rest of them. We've got Rush, A Farewell to Kings. I think I've heard at least a quarter, maybe half of that one. Yes, Going for the One. That's another one where I've heard a major part of that, or like one side of it, but not the other. Okay. Wind and Wuthering from Genesis. That's one where I've heard, I think, one or two of the songs. Um, and I'm looking forward to see if that one goes. And then Jethro Tull, Songs from the Wood. I think the Solstice Bells is the only thing that I know from that one. Andrew is saying Trick of the Tail. That's on my list as well, but I went with Wind and Wuthering for this particular poll, and it's winning right now. Right now, Genesis is winning.
Margaret says that list is diabolical.
that was my plan. My plan was okay, right?
Sorry to laugh,
Pick one,
Margaret.
right? That's the fun of these polls sometimes, is to see, like, let's put up some diabolical choices and see which ones come out on top. It's a curious thing for me to see, like, of ELP, Rush, Yes, Genesis, and Jethro Tull, which one is going to come out on top. And right now, Genesis is out on top, but not by a ton. Rush is in second place, and then the rest of them are pretty close together. That's cool. Soggy Tom says that list has 30% of my desert island music on it. No idea what to vote for.
Yeah.
In a way that makes me happy. Yeah, I knew that would happen for some folks, and I'm just looking forward to focusing on one of these big prog albums before we get to a big time fan favorites with a whole bunch of metal music in the following week. So this poll is going to be live until the end of the day tomorrow, and we'll see how it shakes out. People can change their votes if they see that, like the one, like if you voted for ELP, which is currently in last place, and you decided, you know what, it's not going to win. I want this one that's in second place to win. People can change their votes. So it could shift. But right now it's Wind and Wuthering. And it's going to be.
Look at you advocating for people to get in there and mix things up.
Makes it more fun. Makes it more fun.
Do a little chicanery.
Yeah, so that's the next EPL. That's going to be this week, and I'm looking forward to it. Here's what else I am planning, y'all. It's been on my list for a long time, and now I can't remember who put it up for me to do, but we're going back to more Zappa this week. Frank Zappa is returning to the channel, and I am going to attempt to keep up with the adventures of Gregory Peccary. I have read about this a little bit, and it's an entire side of an album. It's like 20 or 21 minutes of a complete song. And apparently it's like an entire short story. And he's got an amazing group of musicians that are with him, a big list of musicians. I've never heard it. Y'all are excited as shit. And Jimmy's like, Frank! Yeah. Zappa, yay!
It's been a while since you've done Zappa.
The Zappa episodes that we've done, he is always sneaky good to me.
Yeah.
I think of him as eccentric. I think of him as extremely intelligent. I think of him as musically astute. And he's got a great sense of humor and wit about him. But the music is unbelievably strong every time that I've come back to it.
Yeah.
And I've got several by Zappa that are on the list. And I thought, you know what? We haven't done a Weird Wednesday in a while. And I think this one's going to be a little strange and off the beaten path. So I'm going to buck up and see if I can make it through the adventures of Gregory Peccary with Frank Zappa this coming week. That's going to be on Wednesday. And I invite you to to tune in and watch me go try to figure out how to listen to that. That'll be fun. Here's the next thing that we're on Thursday that we're going to do. Several people have written into me and say, don't forget about the band Little Feat. And I don't know a ton about them, but I'm going to take a look at Little Feat in a song called Dixie Chicken. I think I've heard it.
I guarantee you know this song. Yeah.
It's the song with "Will You Be My Dixie?"
Dixie. Yes.
Be my Dixie Chicken.
Yeah.
I want. Do they use barbecue
right.
sauce, or is it smoked, or is it, excuse me, fried? I don't know. Yeah, Little Feat with Dixie Chicken. We're gonna have some fun with that on Thursday. That's gonna be fun. Yay! Look at that. Y'all are excited. Oh, um, cool. Jimmy's saying the live version. Jimmy, or the live version of Dixie Chicken. I haven't decided yet. I haven't paid too much attention to see. Should we do the live version? Okay, Andrew is saying the live version as well. Okay.
Cool. Okay.
We'll see them kicking it live. That'll be fun.
We shall see.
That'll be fun. And I saw that Janine is with us. Janine, I'm going to do your submission here on Friday. We're going to the Doors, and it's going to be L.A. Woman. And I want to know what the Doors are talking about. I don't know if I've met many L.A. women. I want to see what this is all about.
Who has submitted that one?
I think Janine did.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's going to be fun. We've got the Doors, Little Feat, Frank Zappa, one of those big time prog bands, whoever wins. Right now it's going to be Genesis, and then Black Sabbath. So that's as big of a week as I can give you, friends.
It's going to be an awesome week. I'm so excited for the music you got programmed for this week.
Iron Man from Black Sabbath, probably Wind and Wuthering from Genesis, the whole album. And then a side of an album from Zappa, The Adventures of Gregory Peccary. What? The Dixie Chicken from Little Feat. Made Megan laugh. That's fun. And then L.A. Woman by The Doors. Oh, Matt is saying, have I forgotten about the new Nightwish release on Tuesday?
Ooh.
I think I've got I think next Monday, on the 27th, on Memorial Day, actually, open to see if any of their music can pop in on that day, or we'll fill it with something else. We'll see how it goes. But I didn't forget about them. But I'm curious to see what that song will be, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. Cool. Steven says LA Woman is an amazing album. Okay.
Janine is saying good driving song.
Cool. Maybe I'll do it while I'm driving.
Yeah.
I'll just put my phone up and go, hey everybody, it's a Doug on Location edition.
Doug reacting while driving.
Fun. Okay.
Let's see if you can react and analyze music and drive all at the same time.
You know, the Doors music that I've heard so far is kind of experimental and kind of jam based and open ended and beautiful. If this one's got a driving beat, I'd love to hear that one. So rock and roll, y'all. Isaiah has put his RSVP in for tomorrow and Wednesday. That's good. We'll see you. We'll see you along the way, y'all. Okay, I think that's what we've got, friends. Black Sabbath, Iron Man, not from the movie. I learned, not from the movie, right? Robert Downey Jr. can sing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
RDJ can flat out sing.
Yeah.
I think I did, Andrew, play the end from the Doors, didn't I? I thought I did.
I think you've done that.
Maybe it wasn't fan favorites. Sometimes it's hard to remember. That's why we have copious notes.
I'll look it up.
So I can remember what we were up to. But you know, we're having a great time just trying to get to all of these different styles of music. And last week was a big part of that intentional move. I mean, because if you look at it, this month we've heard the Allman Brothers in memory of Elizabeth Reed, classic rock. We've heard Ohio from CSNY, another classic song, classic rock song, protest song. We've heard Iron Maiden. We've heard The Who's Tommy. We've heard Evil Woman from ELO. We've heard Deep Purple, Van Halen, Elton John, Leonard Skinner, Shine Down. And now we're going to Black Sabbath and probably Genesis and Zappa and Little Feat and the Doors. It's a certain style of music, right? Mostly men that are either from America or Europe. And we really wanted to, at least a couple times a month, step outside of our normal milieu and look at these pieces from outside of our own culture. And that Jaya Jale and Jujutsu Kaisen from last week. That's our attempt at that this week. Who asked that? Janine. Eagles. Don Henley is a copyright Nazi. Can I say that? Can I say that? It's a metaphorical thing, but
yeah.
He keeps a very tight lid on reviews of the Eagles' music. He does not allow their music to be reviewed, reacted to at all, and is fervent about it. I remember even before we were doing all of the music reactions during lockdown in 2020, we were doing a cooking video, and we just had some Eagles music playing in the background, just in the house, lightly in the house, and he blocked my video where I was cooking because an Eagles song happened to be playing in the background. That's how crazy these guys are. So
I think we sang a little bit of it too, though.
I think we did. I think I sang like the lead line of Desperado, you know? So we've done a little bit of, I think we've done some Eagles on our Doug on Demand, but for the most part, I love their music.
All their music.
I know
well
a bunch
already.
of that music. They're a band that I really don't even think about because of the way that especially Don Henley has treated us. Yeah. So Don can go have a Coke and a smile, and I'll listen to somebody else besides the Eagles, unfortunately. Arrow's right. Bandmade would fit perfectly for a world and women's music reaction. We still need to get to some Bandmade.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
I think somebody maybe submitted a Bandmade song for this month's fan favorites. I don't know how it's. I might be wrong about that.
I haven't taken a good look at the actual submissions, but I counted more than 50 already.
That's awesome.
For our fan favorites. So really, really good. Really, really good. Yeah, let's not dwell on Don Henley. I'm just excited to hear Peter's music this afternoon.
I am too.
We're going to do that. That's going to be a party over at 3. I'll wear pants for that, y'all. Don't worry.
And that's for our folks who are on our Patreon and our Discord. We're going to be on the Discord today at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Listening to some brand new music from one of our own.
In the music club.
And then I'm going to watch the final round of the PGA Championship.
Yeah.
And have a beer. And I might have a nap.
I was going to say, I'll probably take a nap.
And then we'll go from there. And then I'll probably have to start recording some videos starting tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I've got a couple more new students that are starting up this week, and that's exciting.
That's awesome.
Some new composition students.
Yeah, Doug is available to teach composition lessons. So or like music theory lessons if you need music theory tutoring, that kind of thing. Doug is available for that. So just send an email to itsthedailydoug@gmail.com.
That's it.
Yep.
That's how you get to me.
Or go to his website. What's your website address?
rdouglashelvering.com.
Awesome.
Yeah, Google me, y'all. There's not too many people with my name.
That's true.
And you'll find me. Margaret asked when the next council meeting is, and that's something else I need to tell you. It's coming up this weekend. So on Saturday the 25th, I know it's Memorial Day weekend, but we're not going anywhere. And we're just going to be relaxing, and we love spending time with all of you. And we ended up canceling our last council hangout, which was supposed to be back on the 4th, because we were thinking that you might be released from the hospital that day. It ended up being a couple days after that, but it was a busy time, and we were focused on other things. So, and we had great support to let that one go.
Yeah, we did.
But
Thank
yeah,
you
the
so
next
much
one is
for
coming
that.
up this coming Saturday. It's a Council of Doug's and Doug's Angels Zoom hangout. We'll hang out for a couple of hours. We'll play a little bit of music, but mainly we're just chatting like this, asking questions, bouncing ideas off of each other, and having a good old time, enjoying each other's company. So that's available for our Patreon members at the Council of Doug's and Doug's Angels tiers. And y'all look for my my Zoom link here in a couple days. I'll send that out. That's at our normal time of 4 p.m. Eastern on Saturday.
Awesome.
Woohoo! Okay. Margaret, I am too. Thank y'all for asking about Meg.
Yeah,
it's good to have Megan home.
Thank you. Jenny and I am I'm tired, but I'm feeling much better than I have in months. So just I don't have a lot of energy reserves, but but we're working it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Can't believe that we're already practically to Memorial Day, y'all. By the time that we're with you next weekend, it'll be upon us, almost over, you know. So it's amazing that we're already a third of the way through this new year. That's not so new anymore, is it? But I'm really happy with how things are going. We've got a great, I think, eclecticness, dispersion of music going on, and I'm excited for this week. And let's say it again. We've got Black Sabbath, Iron Man, probably Wind and Wuthering from Genesis on Tuesday for our Patreon. We're going to do some Zappa, The Adventures of Gregory Peccary. I don't know what I'm getting into with that, y'all. I've spot checked about the first 15 seconds, and if the rest of it is as nuts as that is, then we're in for a heck of a treat. And then on Thursday, we're gonna look at the band Little Feat for the first time on the channel with their song Dixie Chicken. I personally hope it's fried and not baked. You get a little bit more, a little flavor in that. And then on and then on Friday, LA Woman from The Doors. And then on Saturday, it's a council hangout. I'm working every day this week. I love it. I love it. That keeps me out of trouble. You know, keeps me out of trouble. Are there anything, is there anything left that I need to tell y'all that I'm not telling y'all? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think we can.
I think it's time for my lunch.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Is what I think.
That's a good idea.
That's true, Rheumatic. I wish you could do the Flower King's World of Adventures. I've got some Flower Kings on my list, and I've almost put them in the mix for this past EPL poll. Almost. Margaret, I know I've got Asia from that's Steely Dan, not Dire Straits. Oops, sorry. Dire Straits album. Just pick one. You know, if
Asia,
I know that's not the whole album, not the whole album, just a song. I think.
Right. Okay.
Pick one. Probably Brothers in Arms.
She's just saying like they just want you to like pick one. She's not asking you to actually pick one right now. I don't.
No. I know, but I'm just thinking back through the stuff that I've heard from them so far.
Oh, okay.
And I think Brothers in Arms is my favorite so far. I did do Sultans of Swing. That's right, Janine. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, lunch. I've got a big salad for lunch today, so it's in the fridge and it is waiting for me to dive in to it. That's going to be tasty. It's going to be tasty. We've got such great music to get to, friends, and I know that y'all steer us in the correct way. And I'm going to be on the lookout also this week for the new Nightwish release. I definitely want to take a look at that. And yeah, I'm keeping King Crimson in mind. We, as a reminder, we do all of our King Crimson reactions on Patreon for the same reason that we don't do the Eagles on YouTube, and it's because of what Robert Fripp's stance on copyright is and usage, and so they don't allow any usage of King Crimson music in this way to do reviews of their music on YouTube, which is their prerogative. Sure. But it's great music, and we have all of my King Crimson reviews over on our Patreon, and it's been a while since we did one, so we'll try to get back to more from them. We try to sneak them in once or twice a year with a big listen, just because on Patreon that's the only place we can. So it won't be too long. We'll get back to some more King Crimson. That'll be good. That'll be good. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Hello. Hello. Did that work?
We don't know yet.
Check, check, check.
Wait for the thing to catch up.
All right, I'm back. Close enough.
Yes, they're saying yes.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ray.
We're good. You can hear you.
I gotta figure out a better miking system
Yes.
for these informal things. Yeah. These little like Walmart doohickeys.
They're not from Walmart. Amazon, but yes.
They don't sound good either. Yeah, it's muffled, but we can hear you. We're pretty much done anyway, friends.
Yeah, we're done.
So, yeah. Yeah, I need to fire the sound man. I think that's me. I'll do a silent reaction. That'll keep me from talking. It's like just mute the mic. That'll do it. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. We will. Yeah, I could go to Radio Shack. That's probably why they're not open anymore. Is it was a shack.
Oh, Doug.
I'm just even my jokes are shitty. I need to get going. Yo.
You're so cute.
That's funny.
You're so cute. Your jokes are not shitty.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Don Henley must have been listening for sure. I'll try to get put this on our list. We'll try to get better ones of these, yes. Or just fix it so that I can just use the good microphone. You would think I could do this, but right now I'm doing. I'm not using that because I'm just using my phone.
Right, because of how your Sundays go. There's not really much time to like do computer setup because you're at church all morning.
Yeah.
And so you end up programming it on your phone.
Yeah, I tend to program. I program the live stream from my phone, which means I have to do it from my phone.
Correct.
And it's hard to plug the phone into the computer so that I could also get the microphone. It's a
whole thing. It's just because of Doug's Sunday schedule.
Yeah.
So, but we can find better mics that you can use via your phone for sure.
Margaret is saying, what have we learned from this? Not to use shitty microphones. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Okay. Thank y'all for hanging out with me.
No, not egg salad, a big salad.
Yes.
A big salad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not getting cold. It's supposed to be cold. So.
Like a lettuce salad.
Yep, we got salad. We got some chicken in there.
Yeah.
We got some apples.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is in there. I think some blue cheese.
A little bit of blue cheese crumbles.
Yeah, it's going to be tasty. Yeah. So y'all have a great Sunday. I hope that everything is going well for you. And I will see you along the way this week. It's going to be Black Sabbath, Genesis, Frank Zappa, Little Feat, and The Doors.
That's an awesome week. I'm excited.
I'll go to bat with those. It's going to be fun. So thank you all for hanging out with me, and I will see you soon. Okay?
Lots of love, everybody. Thanks
Cheers.
so much for all
Thanks
the
for
support.
hanging out with us today as well. It's good to have you with us. Okay. All right. Onwards and upwards, I think, y'all. I think I can do this. I'll hit that button, and then I'll hit the next button, and then we'll be gone. Cheers. Bye-bye.